Can I have your attention, please? Shelley Scott, Student Council President, will now lead us in the flag salute. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem and the singing of the alma mater.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Melinda Archer will now sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 108th commencement exercises. Please be informed that all high school graduates in the state of New Jersey must now achieve requirements established by the State Board of Education, as well as those standards established by the Asbury Park Board of Education. These students have been successful in achieving these standards, which makes them very worthy of the recognition they are receiving this evening. They have also worked very hard to provide you a very dignified and orderly ceremony. So we are requesting that you extend to our speakers your undivided attention. We sincerely appreciate your cooperation. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of the dais and other school officials. If you will please hold your applause until all have been introduced. We have Mrs. Bernice McGriff, Vice President of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. R. Thomas Janarone, Superintendent of Schools. We have Mr. Leo C. Palisano, Assistant Superintendent of Schools. We have Mr. Carl Williams, member of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. Eugene Fantini, member of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. John T. Huber, member of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. Charles Harris, member of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. Donald Struckmeyer, member of the Asbury Park Board of Education. We have Mr. David W. Egbert, Board Secretary and Business Manager. May we now have a nice round of applause for our speakers. The president of the class, National Green, would like to provide a few words of welcome at this time.
Good evening. On behalf of the senior class of 1991, I would like to welcome the administration, faculty, parents, relatives, friends, and honored guests to this year's graduation exercises. Tonight, we share with you our accomplishments earned through hard work, endurance, and discipline. As class president, I've witnessed social growth and a mature development amongst my classmates. Now that time has taken its toll on us all, I'm optimistic that we, the graduates of Asbury Park High School, can meet any challenge that crosses our paths. We would like our parents and close relatives to know that this is not only our night to shine, but yours as well. Just take a minute to think about the love, time, and sacrifice that allows us to be up here this evening and pat yourselves on the back for a job well done. In closing, to our parents, relatives, we say thank you for everything. And to my classmates, I say, let's show everyone that despite our size, good things do come in small packages. Thank you.
Mr. Dorian Parriott, our band director, will now conduct the band as they play the selection entitled Wind Beneath My Wings. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, Mr. Dorian Parriott, after providing 23 years of service to the students here in the city of Asbury Park, he will be retiring this year. This is his last commencement exercises. Let's have a nice round of applause for Mr. Dorian Parriott. What will the future hold is the theme of our next presentation. Our valedictorian, James Holloway, will speak to you at this time. James?
As Mr. Green has already said, a great welcome should be offered to all the friends, family, faculty who showed up tonight to pay honor to the graduates here this evening. Thank you for coming. What does the future hold? We had better think seriously about what the future holds because we're going to spend the rest of our life there. I'm sure you'd agree with that statement. Most of us see wisdom in making some preparation for the future. The students here this evening have taken their first step towards preparing for the future. But this still remains only the first step. Further challenges lie ahead for tonight's graduating class. Yes, we could further ask, is our future really certain? Events, things that are happening right now, have made many wonder if they can control their own future. Our recent war in the Persian Gulf shows just how quickly the lives of many men, women, and children can be altered. Other less dramatic events have also contributed toward an uncertain future. These areas, like family breakdown, concern for our health, in light of AIDS and other epidemic diseases, and continued problems with crime, homelessness, and drug abuse, are still very much in the way of having a certain and a happy future. Does this mean that we should not continue to strive for our future? Certainly not. As we just mentioned, this class has begun the process of preparing for the future. But learning is a continual process that goes on for our entire life. The wise King Solomon was inspired to write at one time Ecclesiastes, the Bible book of Ecclesiastes, that wisdom is for our protection. The same as money is for its protection. But the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom itself preserves the life of its owners. So, although money is important, is an important point, the point is that gaining knowledge, gaining knowledge and using it wisely is much more important. There are many recent examples of those who spend all their energy and time, and sometimes even their health, trying to attain money. Unfortunately, this does not always guarantee a secure future. Donald Trump and others are examples of this. Years ago, the famous steel tycoon Andrew Carnegie was considered to be one of the wealthiest and most powerful men alive, and he was even quoted as saying that I would give all the money I had in the world if I could live my life differently or have one more second to live. It just goes to show by these examples that if you view money as the best guarantee for the future and spend most of your time and energy pursuing it, you could end up very disappointed. Yes, the class of 1991 is facing an uncertain future. As our superintendent of schools, Mr. Janino, noted on Monday evening, 4 years have already gone by, and we've completed our high school career. The question now lies before us, though, what will the next 4 years bring? This is what we should be thinking about. In order for us to accomplish anything, it requires the setting of goals. This does not always mean that these goals won't be altered or that things happening around us won't change these goals, but we have to be ready to deal with those changes and then set new goals to continue on. As we stand before you tonight, we see in the audience the ones who really made this night possible. We see the parents and guardians who have supported and encouraged these students here this evening so that they were able to get to this point in their lives. We'd like to say thank you to these ones. We also see the educators and administrators of our school present this evening. These too also deserve a vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Reflections. Reflections is the title of the next presentation. Our salutatorian of the class, Lakita Smith, will speak at this time.
Good evening, parents, well-wishers, faculty, and board members. As I stand here before you, my thoughts are drawn to the group assembled behind me. I wonder what their thoughts are right now. I'm almost certain that they're hoping my speech is not very long. And I'm pretty positive that they're glad that this is it, the day they've been waiting for since we've entered high school. But deep down, under the thoughts of graduation presents and parties, lie thoughts of unsaid goodbyes, hugs and kisses not given, and things that might have been, and things that could not have been. When the fanfare and excitement have died away, thoughts of the past will take their place. We will begin to remember the parties we threw, weekend after weekend of friendly get-togethers, meeting guys and girls by their bunches and forgetting their names by the next day, and impressions of teachers and students, past and present, that never failed to make us laugh. We'll fight the tears when we think of loved ones gone and those far away. But then we'll wipe away those tears as we reflect upon the friendships we've made and how they too have enhanced our lives. They have become a part of us. They have helped us to form new likes and dislikes and have given us some extremely memorable experiences. We may forget a couple of names as we transcend into our new lives, but we won't ever forget the faces which have come to represent some of the best and worst times. To the class of 1991, I salute you. I am proud of each and every one of you, and am proud to be among the ranks of survivors. The past 4 years have been tough, but we made it. To those who have made it easy, I express my appreciation. And to those who made it hard, I thank you. We are better people for it. It's our time to take the world by storm. Let's leave no rock unturned. I wish you success in all that you do. I have no worries, because we are the one in 91.
Thank you very much, Lakita. It's my pleasure at this time to present to you the Vice President of the Asbury Park Board of Education, Mrs. Bernice McGriff.
First of all, I would like to say to the class of 91, thank you for having me here with you. Second, I have a hard act to follow. My first two speakers just took my speech. But that, once again, is very rewarding because it says to us that these young people have already started thinking and doing the sort of things that we as parents always want to see our young people doing. There is no question they are now entering into a period that's one of constant change. We're in a recession. Hopefully at some point we'll be in a recovery. We're talking about changes in education. We're competing on an international. They're going to have a lot to deal with. So when I hear thinking and I hear them talking about, we know some of the problems we're going to have to deal with, I'm encouraged. And what I want to tell them is that At some point, there is a person within you. There was a play called The Me Nobody Knows. And this person, sometimes we don't know about that individual until as we move along later in life. Some of us like to talk about it as part of maturing. But what they have now, they have a foundation to work with. And I feel very certain, based on the things that they're saying, that this other me that they have will soon emerge. And as they encounter all of the things in life, this person will have the perseverance to stand and to achieve. And it doesn't matter whether or not you are an A student or a C student. The point is, can you survive? And that's what you're going to have to learn how to do, because this is what this whole world is about. I'm not going to take a lot of time because it's your night and I don't want to get out and holler. I did, so I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. McGriff. I would now like to introduce the Chief School Administrator in the city of Asbury Park, and that is Mr. R. Thomas Janarone, Jr.
Good evening, class of 91. And good evening to parents and friends, Board of Education members. I'm sure all of you realize by this time, if you haven't known, members of the class of 91, that this class has some talent. It has some musical talent, it has some academic talent. We have some speakers among the class. They've done a commendable job. They're well educated at this stage of their life, and one of them, James Holloway, flatters me because he remembers what I said to them Monday night. And that's a rare commodity. What I attempted to say on Monday evening was that the next 4 years will go quickly. Just as they've grown and matured and learned over the past 4 years, those opportunities are there over the next 4 years. To the class of 91, I'd just like to give a small piece of advice. Life is made up of opportunities, some that we miss and regret, some that we seize upon and work well, some that go by and we never even recognize that they were there. I wish for all of you the eyesight, the wisdom, the perception to recognize those opportunities that present themselves, to seize upon the opportunities, make the best of them, so that years from now, you will not have regrets. You'll be able to look back on your life with a degree of satisfaction. Remember to look for those opportunities. We've tried our best to give you some over the last 4 years. Through your efforts and the efforts of your parents and family, you will receive other opportunities to succeed. Please accept my best wishes for your success and my congratulations on your success so far. Thank you.
We're about to present honors at this time. Mr. Carriott will provide me with a little physical support. We're going to bring our awards to the forefront. Thank you. The fourth year Varsity Scholar Award The Varsity Scholar Award is a very prestigious award. In order for a student to become a varsity scholar, a student must achieve a yearly average of 3 A's and no grade lower than a B in all subjects. And I would like to note that these are not marking period grades. These are yearly average grades. So without question, this fourth year varsity scholar has achieved this high academic excellence for all of the years that they've been in high school. They have attained this level of achievement for 4 years. Tonight, we have 2 students who have achieved the fourth year varsity scholar status. We have one lady and we have one gentleman. The young lady who is the fourth year varsity scholar is Lakita Smith. And the gentleman who is the fourth year varsity scholar, and that is none other than James Holloway. Each year, the senior class votes for one boy and one girl who they feel best represents the class of 1991. These students are viewed by their classmates as having all of the qualities it takes to succeed in life. This annual award is called the Most Representative Senior Award. The award goes to, again, a young lady and a young man. This award, by the way, is sponsored by the Asbury Park Women's Club and the Elks Lodge of Asbury Park. The most representative senior young lady is Lakita Smith. The most representative senior young man is Marshawn Love. In the area of home economics, the Outstanding Homemaker Award, which is also sponsored by the Women's Club of Asbury Park. This award goes to Krista Peoples. The William Butch Bruno Award is an award which goes to the student who excels in the field of social studies. This award was established by Mrs. Patricia Bruno, wife of the late Butch Bruno, and present director of the Adult and Continuing Education program here in the city of Asbury Park. The recipient of this award is James Holloway. James, by the way, is also the recipient of the Marconi Award for outstanding work in the area of physics. The next two recipients of the Asbury Park Adult High School Scholarship Awards are sisters who entered the United States from Haiti over 6 years ago. When they came to America in 1985, they only spoke French and Creole, but were determined to follow their dreams and pursue their education. Both sisters were employed full-time during the day, and they faithfully attended classes at night. With them to mark this happy moment, all the way from Haiti, is their mother. We applaud them both for their accomplishments and for the inspiration they provide for us all. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipients of the Adult High School Scholarships, Betty and Lucy Exume. At this time, on behalf of the Asbury Park High School faculty and staff, I would like to present the graduating class to the Vice President of the Board of Education and to the Superintendent of Schools for the presentation of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement exercise for this evening. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting our ceremony. Thank you.